Hey folks, welcome into NFL Daily. I'm your host, Harris Rubenstein. Alongside me is the wonderful Tom Downey. Tom, how you doing?
Doing good.
Doing good. Let's roll right into some stuff because Tom, Odell Beckham Jr. got paid. Not only did he get paid,
he got
buckets.
He got the bag.
He definitely got the bag. $95 million deal, $65 million guaranteed. At least the Giants are playing this smart, and they actually gave him money that he deserves.
And this shouldn't be much of a surprise, right?
Nope.
Because Odell Beckham's like, hey, I want to be the highest paid wide receiver. Then that Antonio Brown deal was frankly signed a couple years ago, which helps out that argument. And are you really saying that Odell Beckham isn't one of the 5 best receivers in the NFL? Like, I've seen some anti-Odell Beckham tweets out there, and I'm kind of like, but why?
Why? Why would you want to hate on him?
We all watched how bad that Giants offense was without Odell Beckham, right?
Wait, are there people who really don't think he's good?
Yeah.
Is that still a thing?
Yeah.
I give up. Do you know what?
Odell's great.
How about this? Instead of us reacting to the Odell Beckham Jr. extension, check out the Giants wide receivers reacting to the Odell Beckham Jr. extension. Check it out. Giants wide receivers getting lit. That was Sterling Shepard off his Instagram account.
Odell's real happy too.
Yeah, exactly. Dancing around with Roger Lewis and the rest of the Giants wide receiver core. It's nice to see the other members of the depth chart happy for him as well. He really has taken a leadership role among that room. Sterling Shepard looks up to him a lot, talks about how great of a helper he's been to the start of his career. So Odell, he's definitely deserving. Absolutely deserving. One of my 3 best wide receivers in the NFL. Though that's $65 million guaranteed money. That is massive.
It's a lot.
That is huge.
But as much as I like Mike Evans, Odell Beckham's a better wide receiver. So I'm not overly surprised that his guaranteed money is increased by that. So I think it is kind of factoring in the current year of Odell Beckham's contract as well.
Here's a question for you. Who's the next wide receiver to top that list? Because Antonio got paid. Julio's paid for the next 3 years at least. And, I don't think he's ever going to get more than Odell in terms of just, the adjustments they'll make to his contract. Evans and Hopkins are paid. Cooks is paid. I don't really know who's really in the next wide. Michael Thomas?
They kind of settled down Julio Jones, I think, for a little bit. A.J. Green's contract will be up in a bit. But A.J. Green, I think, would take a bit of a team-friendly deal. So
he already got his massive contract, too, a couple years ago.
Yeah, but he's due for another one still. 2019, I don't think there's anyone that's really going to approach that figure as I look through the pending free agents, unless you want to believe that Tavon Austin will suddenly emerge. I think it's a guy like an A.J. Green, and then I think you might have to wait a little bit because I don't really know who that next guy is going to be.
The only guy off the top of my head
this one might last a little bit.
The only person I could even consider being an option is Michael Thomas, but I don't know if you're going to pay him more than Odell Beckham Jr.
Keenan Allen is coming up in a couple years.
That's an option as well. Grade that Odell extension. Give me a heart for an A, a like for a B, a wow face for a C, or a laughing face for a D or an F. I'm throwing up that heart. That's an A for me. You got to pay the man. All right, let's move on to our next piece of news here. The Raiders traded Ryan Switzer, second time being traded this offseason. First to the Raiders from the Cowboys, now from the Raiders to the Steelers. Bouncing around the elite NFL franchises, jumping now to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Why are they trading Ryan Switzer so much?
Well, the Cowboys didn't think he was a fit because he didn't play the more or less Tavon Austin role because that's never what he was going to be. And then Switzer wasn't a great return man in Oakland. I don't think he was going to make the roster. He more or less got beat out by Dwayne Harris for return duty. So in reality here, what the Raiders have done is they've traded Jihad Ward and a 6th-round pick for a 2019 5th-round pick. In reality, that's what they've done here.
Is that a good trade? Like if this is kind of random.
Jihad wasn't going to make the roster in Oakland, and he might not make it in Dallas. So I don't know. Frankly, I think this might be the nobody won this trade already deal.
So what does Switzer bring to the Steelers?
I think he's going to be your slot guy. Now, we'll list Washington there as your number 3, and you can line Brown and Smith-Schuster up in the slot as well. But the reality is, with Antonio Brown, Lev Bell, and Smith-Schuster as well, you should see potentially, if Switzer can capitalize on his potential, Switzer becoming a good middle-of-the-field threat for Pittsburgh.
Now, again,
this is a good fit for Switzer, I think.
Not a lot of targets to go around for Switzer behind Brown, Smith-Schuster. Washington will get his due, and then, the best receiving back in football, Le'Veon Bell.
He's never going to be a 10-target guy.
Yeah.
He's going to be a handful of target guy each game. So I think the Steelers won this trade. They didn't really give up much. At least the Raiders, though, got something back for a guy that they were probably going to cut in the end. All right, folks, today's show is brought to you by FanDuel, the #1 app for daily fantasy, and we have a special offer just for our NFL Daily Watchers thanks to FanDuel. Head to FanDuel.com/chatsports, use the promo code chatsports, and when you deposit $5, you'll end up with $25 because you get a $20 bonus on your first deposit. Some free money there, Harris.
That's insane. Tom, I've been using FanDuel since DFS began. It just blows everyone away. Absolutely crushes the competition. And now they're giving away free money. This is absolutely insane. There's only one thing left for you to do. Just use the Chat Sports promo code. Win that sweet money. Sweet cash money, homie.
All right, one more news item here. One of your boys, Shaq Mason, got extended.
Big time deal. I did not expect this. I thought they were going to let Shaq Mason hit the open market, but a 5-year, $50 million extension for Shaq Mason, $23.5 million guaranteed. Big time deal for one of the most important pieces on this Patriots team. 41 consecutive starts for Shaq Mason so far. And hey, he turns 25 tomorrow. That's one hell of a birthday present.
And this actually kind of ends up being, I think, a bit of a below-market deal. Now, he's not Andrew Norwell. He's not a Kevin Zeitler, but we saw Gabe Jackson, Trey Turner get $11 million. This is more in line with a David DeCastro type deal, or better yet, maybe a TJ Lane type contract, Ron Leary and that type of mold.
Shaq Mason has talked a lot about how he could hit the open market, but he has always said that he wants to stay and that he loves the system in New England. And I think for a lot of the guys when you get drafted by a team, I think his personality fit this team very well. He's a very quiet, very soft-spoken dude. He's very football and business first. So I think when the Patriots approached him and said, "Hey, we'll give you $50 million deals, $50 million to stay," he's probably just like, "Yeah, I'm not close
enough to my value. Let's do it."
And $23.5 million guaranteed. When you turn 25 tomorrow, that's maybe one of the best birthday presents that you can get.